37. What? I'm 37, I'm not old.
Ho ho ho, viewing several. Here we are again. So yeah, this is going to be the upload that I've chosen to put out there for this festive season. First album reaction that I've done in a long while. I'm fully attired for the occasion. It's suitably wintry and gloomy outside. So why not share something festive, something that's in keeping with the season, by doing probably the most prolific, as far as I understand it, breakup album of the year. First of all, the subject of the album is something I was completely unaware of until I just heard it in passing when other people have mentioned it online. I don't know who's married to who. I don't know what people's relationship statuses are generally, not just musicians but actors, celebrities, etc. My wife, however, is like a savant with this crap. We could be watching something and she'll say, oh yeah, so-and-so, they're married to what's-his-face. Are they? Why do you know that? I even double-checked before I came up to record. I said, do you know who David Arbor was married to? Oh yeah, Leanne. Like, how do you know that? She doesn't know any other facts about them, usually. Not like where they were born or even the last project they did. But she always knows that. So I don't know anything about the context of this piece other than its, I guess, inspiration, its focal point is this marriage breaking down. And when it comes to Lily Allen, I know her, obviously. I live in the UK and I'm of a certain age. But my experience or knowledge of her music is pretty much limited to... And that's basically it. Genuinely, I haven't really heard anything else by her. I've not sought out her work or listened to an album of hers, ever. But this seemed to be one that was getting a lot of attention, and I'm fascinated by any album that tells a story, even if it's very personal, and one that I don't have a lot of insight into. I still think there might be something really interesting and provocative here. And for those who have actually bothered to watch the whole intro, which isn't always the case, here's the thing. Name that tune in the old comment section, and you'll get to pick the next album. I've been trying this for a while, dropping it in the intros to see who can name badly played riffs, to see, if they want to snap up the chance to name the next reaction. Hasn't happened, really, yet. But anyway, enough prattling, enough flim-flam. Let's get to it. It's Lily Allen, and it's West End Girl. Lovely sound.
And now we're all here. We've moved to New York. We found a nice little rental near a sweet little school. Now I'm looking at houses with 4 or 5 floors. And you found us a brownstone, said you want it, it's yours. Made me feel a bit awkward. Made me feel a bit awkward.
Okay, first of all, love the instrumentation. Really just lovely sound. It's just very soft and like this. And now I'll be reminded of just Lily's vocal tone and her overall vibe, which I really wish I'd listened to more of, because it's distinctly British. It's got a great character to it, and it's a really nice sound, actually, and I'd forgotten how much I like the sound of her voice, despite not listening to a lot from her. I always thought she sounded very distinctive and very interesting.
And they were like, hey, you got the lead in a play. You gotta be back in London for rehearsals in May. And later that evening you said, how was my day? I said, I got some good news. I got the lead in a play. I thought that was quite strange.
Sure.
But I ignored it. Went ahead and I bought it. Got a flight and I boarded. I'm on my way. Now I'm in London. I'm on my own. I'm in a hotel room. I'm on my own.
What the fuck?
Hi. How are you? I miss you. Yeah.
Oh, this is fascinating. Okay, so I'm guessing this is... So this, I'm guessing, is a maybe it's a genuine recording of, or a reenactment of, an actual conversation with him. God, this is very interesting. So already, right from the first track, we've got some interesting insights into the relationship, really. Just saying that, she's been given the lead in this play, so she has to go and move to and, be in London for it. Yeah, you say, I got good news, I got the lead. And then his demeanour changed. So, not supportive, not willing to... Yeah, not giving the tone of somebody who wants to support this. And this phone call that I think we're about to hear is interesting. Okay.
How are you? I miss you.
Keeping the music going in the background subtly.
Alright.
I feel like I'm intruding. This feels very personal, private, and it feels like a genuine conversation, doesn't it?
I mean, it doesn't make me feel great. If that's what you need to do, then...
This is so strange. I genuinely feel like I'm
I guess.
I'm listening on a call that I shouldn't be.
How will it work?
Oh, the music's getting slightly more intense and louder.
I mean, it makes me
Feels
really
like...
sad, but...
I'm feeling genuinely uncomfortable.
No, I'm fine. It's... I want you to be happy.
Oh, God.
Okay, I'll speak to you later. I love you. Bye.
Oh, that's... Okay. What an interesting... Yeah, that's a really interesting concept. A really interesting notion. I'm sure it's happened in other songs and whatever, but just in this particular one. The music in the background, the way it built and it built and it built, and even right at the very end of the conversation, you can feel her getting really emotional because this situation is not ideal, and it feels like he's resistant to, I assume, being resistant to the idea of being, basically being with her, like coming over to London and being together during this time. Because, and even though, she says that thing of, I just want you to be happy, even though it's clearly her being alone and feeling isolated and not having him there is making her unhappy. But she's prioritising his comfort with the situation, his needs. If I'm reading this right, feel free to let me know whenever I'm misreading or misunderstanding it. Interesting. Uncomfortable. Actually, genuinely, I felt uncomfortable during that. I felt like I was, which I guess is the point, I felt like I was listening in on a conversation between people who were going through a hard time and being interested, but also just feeling kind of sad and like it wasn't my place to even be there and I shouldn't be listening in. Ooh. Ooh. This production is very fun. Okay.
And I can't shake the image of her naked on top of you. I'm dissociated. Ruminating. And I'm not hateful, but you make me hate her. She gets to sleep next to my medicator. You're mine. You're mine. Why can't you wait for me to come home? This conversation's too big for a phone call.
Christ, okay. Love the production, love that choice of beat and like the sort of crash of the sort of piano, and then this effect on her vocal is interesting because it's like, because it feels cold, it feels robotic, obviously, and almost like, like you're detached from yourself whilst you're ruminating, while you're thinking about what sounds. Again, I don't know a lot about this. I'll always have a quick look up on Genius or something similar to get some context, but it sounds to me like this is a case of, she has recently discovered that he's cheated and she is just replaying the idea, the image of them together in her head. And it's fucked her up, and God, the lyrics are great. See, I can't shake the image of her naked. Now on top of you. I'm dissociated. I'm not hateful, but you make me hate her. She gets to sleep next to my medicator. Like, just, that's horrible. And again, the use of that sort of repetitive nature, because it's like if you have, I assume, you know, intrusive thoughts, not just if you have OCD, but if you have intrusive thoughts and they just keep going over and over and over and over and over again, so you're mine, circling down of just feeling lost and feeling broken. Why can't you wait for me to come home? The conversation's too big for a phone call. Calling back to the opening track where we heard one side of a very uncomfortable phone call. Jesus, we're only on track 2.
Did you have fun? Now that it's done, baby, won't you tell me that I'm still your number one? If it has to happen, baby, do you want to know? If it has to happen, baby, do you want to know? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. But what a line, what a
right?
fucking line.
Is he saying, am I reading that right? That he's saying, coming up with this line so crucial, if it has to happen, baby, do you want to know? If this has to happen, if I have to cheat on you, you want to know about it? And then she's left with the just again the repetitive nature, with the vocal effect and the beat and her just repeating words and phrases over and over and over again. I don't know. What a fucking line. Like, I'm just the shock of being confronted with that question. Plus, is that actually something that, I don't know if I'm reading into that correctly, but if that's the case, if I'm reading that right, fucking hell, man.
Why can't you wait for me to come home?
Again, I'm bopping and moving, but it feels wrong to.
Did you have fun? Now that it's done, baby, won't you tell me that I'm still your number one?
Oh. And still asking that question. Am I still your number one? In spite of this betrayal, in spite of this shitty behaviour, reassure me that I'm still the most important to you. Ooh, I love that effect. Again, it's a bop.
Ruminating, now I'm in my head.
This production's gonna kill me.
Ruminating all the things you said. Baby, won't you tell me that I'm still your number one?
Ooh. This is heavy. This is just heavy. It's sad. This is just a tale of woe. I just want to see if I'm right about the whole. I mean, I don't think it's that ambiguous. Yeah, I think the lyrics tell the story pretty straightforwardly. But nevertheless, okay. So Alan's ruminating over the multiple possibilities and situations, romantic or sexual, that could be playing out following on from the phone call that they had. So did the phone call involve him broaching the subject of, whilst you're away for X number of, let's assume, months, I mean, it's a run of a play, that he was, at that point, broaching the subject of, well, can I... And she expresses confusion and anger over the fact that the husband asks if she would like him to tell her if he starts to sleep with other women. Yeah, okay. So, I'm sorry, I'm just awestruck. So if that's the case, okay, if what is being stated there in this, genius analysis, and from what I glean from the lyrics, is that's the case, she moves to London, they have a phone call where the subject is broached, her unfortunate, her response being, I just want you to be happy. Like, I won't be happy about it, obviously, but I still, that lack of self-worth, or that, because I don't think this is a, polyamorous, open, whatever situation. I don't think this is the basis of their relationship. It sounds to me that this is something that's being thrown at her that she's not prepared for and doesn't want, but feels like she has to go along with, or is convincing herself that maybe she has to, and then he asking the question, do you want to know or not? Fuck David Harbour. If that, if what I'm reading into this is correct, and if this is true, I don't have any reason to doubt it at this point. I'm going to assume that it's accurate. And if it is accurate, fucking hell.
You won't love me You won't leave me. You don't touch me. Still so needy. And I
These
don't
lyrics.
know if you do it intentionally. Somehow you make it my fault.
I feel like that's intentional.
Don't stop talking, and I'm just sleepwalking. Course I'm angry, course I'm hurt. Looking back is so absurd. Course I trusted you and took you at your word. You let me think it was me in my head, and nothing to do with them girls in your bed.
So, just a classic example of gaslighting, of invalidating her own feelings, and treating her so badly to be even the opening line, you won't love me, you won't leave me. You don't touch me, still so needy. You don't stop talking, I'm just sleepwalking. I love the tone of her vocal here. It's vulnerable, it's soft, it's got a lovely sound, and then she moves into that sort of more, for want of a better phrase, a hip-hop style of like of a sound I'm more used to from her, because I can remember it from Smile, for example. Jesus. You let me think it was all in my head, nothing to do with them girls in your bed. Just... Jesus. All I would say is, if this is true... Fuck you, David.
And I don't know if you do it intentionally.
And even that question, I don't know if you do it intentionally. It doesn't actually matter. But yes, I'd say. Oh god, the production choices here. Ooh.
Baby, it would be my honor. Lisa, can I have some more? I could preserve all of your fantasies if only you could act them all out with me.
Jesus, that bridge. I know you've made me, the classic Madonna whore complex. You've made me your Madonna. I want to be your whore. It's fascinating because there's that element of wanting to preserve what's there, even at the expense of her own self-worth or her own like she feels like she has to be this, or maybe genuinely wants to be. Maybe it's because he's been neglectful and because of him cheating and because of him. I don't quite know how to read that bridge, other than my first instinct is to feel like it's sort of her giving up a piece of her sort of self-respect and a part of her dignity just to keep him and make him not do what he's been doing. We're only on track 3. Yeah. Wow. And it's so beautiful. The flow of it and the production. Christ. And then leaving us with that shift where we go back to the opening line, which I say was probably one of the most devastating lines of the whole song. This is so sad. This is just a tale of somebody being hurt and manipulated, or I don't know, all kinds of bad things. Manipulation, being gaslit, being made to feel like whatever problems there are somehow still her problems. Yeah, okay, let's just keep going.
Daddy's home for the first time in weeks. Got the dinner on the table. Tell the kids it's time to eat. And I made my baby's favorite seem to care. I just tell myself he's jet lagged and I'm about to have him here.
Oh, fuck.
Then you showed me a photo on Instagram. It was how you grabbed your phone back right out of my hands. So I read your text and now I regret it. I can't get my head around how you've been playing tennis. If it was just sex, I wouldn't be jealous. You won't play with me.
And who's Madeline?
The picture that's painted as well, lyrically, you know, you showed me a photo on Instagram, and it was how you grabbed the phone back right out of my hands. Then I read your text, and I regret it. Playing tennis, I don't know if that's a metaphor. Let's assume it's not a metaphor. Like, you're literally talking about not just hooking up with this woman, but also you've been hanging out, and you've been speaking regularly, and maybe literally playing tennis, like actually doing things together, doing activities together that you don't do with her. This is just going to be sad. It's just going to be sad. I'm already sad.
I got a lot of information that I can't even process.
Shit,
So
no
I wrote
doubt.
a little email and I told you what I saw. Then you came out to the bedroom and you made it all my fault. But you moved the goalposts, you broken the rules. I tried to accommodate, but you took me for a fool.
And who the fuck is Madeline?
That feels
Who's
genuine as well.
Madeline?
Yeah. Excellent question, Lily.
No, but who
I wanna know
is
too.
Madeline?
No, but really. Yeah, actually. Fuck. Again, we come back to this pattern of being gaslit and being made to feel like, oh, actually, if you think about it, this is your fault that this is happening. It's your fault that you feel this way, or that... Fucking hell. And again, the production is brilliant. I'm really loving the choices that she makes vocally, particularly when there's interjections, when her actual, you know, when her voice cuts in and says, you know, who the fuck is Madeline? And the use of piano and the steady, satisfying beat to it. This is already a beautifully constructed album, production-wise, and lyrically, it's just devastating.
None of this is your fault. Messaging you feels kind of assaultive. Saw your text, that's how I found out. Tell me the truth and his motives. I can't trust anything that comes out of his mouth.
Sorry, I wasn't even reading the title. I have now. Shit.
How long has it been going on? Is it just sex or is there emotion? He told me it would stay in hotel rooms, never be out in the open. Why would I trust anything that comes out of his mouth? Oh, why would I trust anything that comes out of his mouth?
Sorry, once again, the production, this beautiful sort of flamenco guitar and making me want to move and sort of groove along to this horrible thing that's playing out. And God, imagine that. Sending that message saying, I feel like I'm being assaultive, I know none of this is your fault, but I literally can't trust anything he says, so I have to come to you. I have to ask you, and the indignity of that, like the fact that you have to go to this person who is part of the, you know, part of the betrayal, part of the general. Yeah, that's fucked up.
We had an arrangement. Be discreet and don't be blatant.
Okay.
There had to be payment. It had to be with strangers.
We don't speak outside of the time we spend together, and whenever he talks about you, it's with the utmost respect.
You tell me he's telling the truth. Is that the case or a line that he fed you? Wanna believe you, but is it a ruse? Lie to me, babe, and I'll end you. I can't trust anything that comes out of your mouth. I'm not convinced that he didn't fuck you in our house.
Even though she's not completely content, this feels like a really hollow word, not actually happy with this arrangement, this agreement between them. Nevertheless, she's allowed it to go ahead and is allowing it to go ahead. And the biggest sense of betrayal for her now, I think initially I assume it was one where, why are you even asking me for this to be the case to begin with, but then she sort of accepts that, really reluctantly I feel like. And then even within the confines of this arrangement, he's still doing the wrong things. He's still not willing to pay her the respect of adhering to that agreement. Going to her as well, going to her voice. I'm not sure who's doing the voice there. Whether I don't know if it's her or Lily or someone else, but having Madeline come into this and have her own little verse. We don't speak outside of the time we spend together. When he talks about you, it's with the utmost respect. It's like, oh, thanks very much. This is really hard. This is horrible. This is really. I'm entranced with the story. I'm engaged and interested in the story, even though it feels kind of icky. This is one of the reasons why I don't like too much, gossipy stuff. People's relationships, particularly people that I don't know in particular. But it's beautifully constructed. That each choice for each individual track each track is very much its own thing, which I love. I love when there's an album that has a feel, has a sort of overriding tone, but each song is really unique in the way that it presents itself, and the way it's produced, and even her vocal delivery and the way things are constructed. So I love that aspect of it. But at the same time, I'm uncomfortable. What more is she going to have to contend with?
Do you two ever talk about me? Has he told you that he doesn't love me? I bet he tells you he loves you. I've gotten old, gotten ugly. I wouldn't trust anything that comes out of his mouth.
Ooh.
Well, you're not a stranger, Madeline.
The guitar and the effect on the vocal too. All the choices again. Really great.
He told me that you were aware this was going on and that he had your full consent. If he's lying about that, then please let me know, because I have my own feelings about dishonesty. You can reach out to me anytime, by the way, if you need any more details or you just need to vent or anything. Love and light, Madeline.
Okay. Signing off like that, if that's a genuine, message, if that's an actual interaction, being that I know it's been presented, the tone, and I don't know if I'm reading into it, but the tone is very much one of, oh, I'm so sorry, and oh my God, I didn't know. And that could be genuine, that could be a genuine thing, but it doesn't really matter. And, being like, oh, feel free to why would you want to get in touch? It's that weird mixture of being, potentially being sincere, but also being kind of almost condescending and a bit like, man, it's weird, right? This situation that we're in, how did we get here? Crazy. Anyway, love and light. That made my toes curl, genuinely. This is an uncomfortable listen, but it's still captivating. It's still a story that I want to hear more of, even if it's like a really good movie where there are interactions between the characters that just make you feel like, oh, may the earth swallow me whole, but you still want to keep watching. You want to get to the next scene. Jesus.
The foundation is shattered. You've made such a fucking mess. I tried to be your modern wife, but the child in me protests. I need a drink. I need a Valium. You pushed me this far, and I just need to be known.
Oh, fuck. So, again, damn you for making it catchy, for making the production and the tone make me want to move and vibe to it. Fuck, that line. Foundation shattered. You've made me such a fucking mess. I tried to be your modern wife, but the child in me protests. That idea of I want to be, you know, that term modern wife, like, okay, basically I want to be this thing that is freakily, like scarily accommodating, particularly in the context of like she clearly isn't okay with this. Not really, but feels like she has to on some level. She just feels like she has to fit into this particular role just to please him, and her feelings on the matter don't actually count as far as he's concerned. He doesn't give a shit how she actually feels, just as long as she nods and agrees, then that means it's fine. I vaguely have memories of stories from, you know, maybe tabloid stories from back in the day of Lily having substance abuse issues. I may be wrong about that. If I am, sorry, but I feel like that's a subject that had come up in the past. And considering what she's saying and the title of the track, I'm guessing that that is the case here, that this is a situation that's making her want to relapse, unsurprisingly, which is just, yeah, horrible. That's just terrible that he's put her in that position where she feels like she has to numb herself and go back into horrible, you know, habits that she had broken, assuming that she's in recovery at this point, and, you know, and now she's going to relapse.
If I relapse, I know I stand to lose it all. Can you bring me back when I'm climbing up the walls? If I
doubt it.
to teach them all about love, but I can't seem to hold my shit together long enough.
That's the other element that I haven't even touched on or thought about, actually. She's a mother. You know, they're a family, essentially. You know, that idea of her girls are, you know, she sees herself as, I imagine most mothers probably would do in any context. You know, they want to be role models, they want to be teachers, they want to set an example. Yeah. And this is the example that's being set, unfortunately. And, you know, feeling like she can't teach them about love. You know, she can't hold her shit together long enough, which I think is her being self-deprecating there unnecessarily, because it's not about her keeping her shit together. It's about her husband not being a fucking asshole. It's not actually what she wants, but again, as long as he's being accommodated, it doesn't really matter what he wants. It's not important. It doesn't actually factor into his thinking, because, like I say, she nodded, she agreed. Therefore, no harm, no foul. Jesus, this album.
I need a drink, I need a valley.
Frustrating again, the beat is so good. It's such a catchy, wonderful sound that you just want to move to, but I'm bopping along to her falling apart. Again, the repetition, like with Ruminating. Again, the production doing a great job, the chaos, the dissonance, the sort of, so much sound, so much like it must be in her head, you know, like, oh. I feel like I need one too at this point, fucking hell. This is a beautifully constructed album so far, you know. Again, I love the production, I love the uniqueness of each track, but it is really fucking sad. It's sad, it's uncomfortable, it's fascinating. Again, it's like a car crash, almost. You can't look away, you know, you're rubbernecking on somebody's world falling apart. And the fact that she's considering the idea of relapsing, I'm sure it was a hard-won recovery, as it probably is for a lot of people. You know, whether you're an alcoholic, whatever your substance abuse issues, if you manage to get into recovery and you've had, Jesus, a few months or years of, you know, being sober, and then you're confronted with a situation that just makes you want to throw all that away because it's just so fucking hard. Okay, this title?
Don't come home, I don't want you in my bed. Go to to the apartment in the West Village instead. I'll drop off your clothes, your mountain medication. I'm already on my way, heading to the station. Up to the first floor, key in the front door. Nothing's ever gonna be the same anymore.
So we must be at the point now where she's, saying, don't come, literally, don't come home. I don't want you in my bed. Go to that apartment in the West Village. I'll bring, again, accommodating and helping and being supportive by way of, I'll bring you your stuff. I'm not going to, ask you to come get it yourself. I'll bring it to you. Stressed out and miserable on the train, heading there. Now saying something doesn't feel right. What doesn't feel right? Jesus, nothing's felt right so far.
Something don't feel right. I didn't know it was your pussy palace, pussy palace, pussy palace, pussy palace. I always thought it was the dojo. Okay,
so she's going to the apartment and realising, it's not like your separate private space that's neutral. This is literally the place where you bring all of them. This is your pussy palace. Okay.
I found a shoebox full of handwritten letters from broken-hearted women wishing you could have been better. Wayne Reed bag with the handles tied, sex toys, butt plugs, lube inside.
Fucking hell. Okay, so it's like a 1-2 punch. So she's made the decision to say, you know what? No. Go to this other place that they have. It's this place that he has in the West Village. Again, I'll bring your stuff over. Getting there, obviously not been in there for a while. Presumably it was just a place that was basically just his, that she thought was just, I don't know, referring to it as a dojo, but just a little private little place that's just for him, even just a man cave or whatever. And instead just finding all this evidence of the numerous things that he's done with women there. That detail as well of the shoebox full of handwritten letters from broken-hearted women wishing you could have been better. So it's not. So again, going back to that arrangement that's been mentioned before, the idea of just having these sort of perfunctory, purely sexual interactions, but actually there've been relationships which were probably similar to the relationship he has with Lily, one where they want something from him that he's never going to give them. And leaves them broken-hearted, but obviously he doesn't give a shit. And just that notion of, here's another layer, here's another thing I have to discover about you, and a level of detail which you probably never would have wanted to know, but now can't unknow. Again, I'm dipping along and moving along to this great beat and this gorgeous effect in the vocal, but it feels inappropriate. I can almost picture, tacky neon lighting in a little red room, and her walking around just being disgusted and shocked and...
Pussy palace, pussy palace, pussy palace. I'll talk about low blow, oh no.
Yeah, so just another layer, just another discovering more and more things on top of the initial sense of just sort of betrayal of trust, betrayal of this tenuous, not fully okay with agreement, and just think this is another level to it. Yeah. Frustrating, again, because it's so sad, it's so, you can feel just the shock and the devastation from her, and yet beautiful production, great beat, just you want to enjoy the song. If you just ignore the lyrics completely, I'm sure you could, but towards the end I didn't feel like I could just ignore the lyrics.
I went through your bedside drawer.
I just looked at the title properly.
I've never been inclined to have to do that before. Never been.
That surprises me. I would have done it way before.
But you took someone shopping there in May 24.
Fuck's sake.
It wasn't cheap. I was in London. Probably
again. The production. Fascinated by that opening as well, saying, going into the bedside drawer, I've never felt inclined to do that before. Really? I mean, fair play. Probably because you just didn't want to know. Then all the storytelling and the lyrics is great. Just saying, I'd never been to Bergdorf's, but apparently you went with somebody and bought them something there. Literally, I've got the receipt I know the date, I know where you went, and I know at that time I was in London, so I was probably asleep while all this was going on. And that line as well about saying, what are you scared of? What are they famous? Like, imagine that's yet another layer of it's bad enough that it's just it is these random women who are supposed to be strangers, but turns out they aren't, or they don't stay strangers. But what if they also have a profile? So that makes it more worrying if it comes out, or if they're seen together. Yeah, Jesus.
Gonna get divorced. It's a marriage of convenience, and it's how you adore. I think you're sinking.
Yep.
You're protecting a lie, and you don't want to thinking that you cheat on your wife. Somebody famous.
Yeah, is it somebody famous? Is that why you're so worried? Because then they will make it blow up even more and ruin your reputation or ruin your image. I'm bopping along to a devastating story of a terrible relationship. Yeah, okay. So just continuing the theme, the story, this idea that there's somebody that he's literally spent time with and spent money on, and he's really cagey about who it is, not willing to even say their name. At least, we got Madeline, we got that name earlier, but this is obviously somebody else who probably isn't either a stranger or a sex worker or what have you, but is just a person that she might actually know. Yeah, fitting title. I think that, it just speaks to obviously just an inherent disrespect for women, whether they're married, whether he's married to them or whether he's having a tryst with them, whatever the context is. They're all these women, Lily especially in this case, because we're getting her main perspective, are just things for him to use.
You ready? The original sounds,
See, every song is so unique. I'm not familiar with Specialist Moss.
I don't wanna fuck with anyone else. I know that's all you wanna do. I'm so committed that I'd lose myself, 'cause I don't wanna lose you.
Oh, fuck these lyrics.
I changed my immigration status for you to treat me like a stranger. I've been trying to be open. I just want to meet your needs, and for some reason I prefer to people pleasing. I'll be your non-monogamummy. I'm just trying to be open.
Again, the production is brilliant. I love the continuing theme, as I've said before, that every track is so much its own beast, even if the theme, the story remains pretty constant, but each track is so much its own thing. Fucking hell. Again, back to that, the subject and the idea of she never wanted anything but just a committed monogamous relationship, and yet she's trying to be open, she's trying to accommodate his needs. Again, that use of the word needs just feels really false. She's definitely committed more and willing to do, changing immigration status. Being a people pleaser, wanting to be committed. That line, I don't want to fuck with anyone else. I know that's what you want to do. I'm so committed, I lose myself because I don't want to lose you. It's just horrible. The idea that her self-esteem and her sort of her belief in what she deserves is so low and so not at the forefront that she just allows this to keep going on.
He wants to take me out to dinner. Hope he looks better
melody again. Oh, I love her delivery. That's a great word as well. Nonmonogamummy.
Hearts get broken. She looking at me eyes and say you have no emotions. She asked me a question about the word what was spoken. Like is she a token or it's just promotion? You know say man a big ship when we're there in the ocean. You know it's not brag or not boasting. We're coasting. All the my top, all the my one, all the my top, all the my one, all the my top.
Love his verse. That was great. Love the lyrics and the delivery. That was very interesting. Ooh. Irresistible. I'm sorry, beat-wise, and I loved his verse there. Yeah. Fuck. So yeah, this one's more one that is talking about her. Like I say, she goes on the Tinder, maybe she's more of a hinger, like trying to, well, I'll do the same thing then. Okay, if we're supposed to be in this open thing, then I'll give it a try. But again, evident that it doesn't want to. She's never wanted, she's trying to be the non-monogamummy. But that's not just who she is, it's not how she wants the relationship to be.
Think you're in love with somebody else. Felt you pull away, and now I'm blaming myself. Look at my reflection. I feel so drawn, so old. I booked myself a facelift, wondering how long it might hold.
Oh, no. God, this might be the saddest one. Because of, just the simple, lovely pluck on the guitar and her vocal, there's still an effect there, but it feels more singular and it's fragile and soft. Again, that line of saying, felt you pull away, but now I'm blaming myself. Always thinking that it's something that she's done wrong or something that lacking in her. Keeping her in the dark and saying it's kind, like with that original question from the very first track from, West End Girl being like, do you want to know about it or not? Like, not that I'm not going to do it, but do you want to know about it? So look at my reflection, drawn so old, booking a facelift and wondering if how long it's going to hold. Again, just that complete lack of self-love and sense of self-worth that his actions and everything that he's done, it just reinforces over and over again.
Yeah, you give me just enough.
See, it feels almost romantic with that kind of tune, with that kind of sound, but very much isn't.
Did you fall in love with someone who isn't me? Why are we here talking about vasectomies? Did you get someone pregnant? Someone who isn't me? Did you take her to the clinic? Did you hold her hand? Is she having your baby?
Just when you think there isn't going to be another aspect of the story, aspect of his actions and their impact on her, that isn't good. You think you're done with them, and then that element, that question again, these horrible questions to which she doesn't have the answers. That's the thing. These questions come up, and it doesn't feel like she ever gets a satisfactory answer because she can't believe or trust him at any level, and it doesn't feel like. And actually, the answer isn't going to be satisfying anyway. It's just knowing about it. Well, at least it's like getting a diagnosis of something. To go like, well, at least I know exactly what it is that I'm dying from. It doesn't stop you from dying. That verse saying, why is the subject of vasectomy suddenly coming up? Hasn't before. you know.
You give me just enough.
Yeah, this is the saddest one for me. Just by virtue of the effect of the vocal and the minimal, I guess, production and the lyrics. Every element is just designed to make me unhappy.
Hope to hold on to. Don't you?
Just that line by itself. You give me just enough hope to hold on to nothing. So it's like an onion, you know. There's layer after layer. You feel like surely we're done now. There's no more aspects, details, revelations that can be more devastating. But no, it's more and more. And sticking to the stupid onion metaphor, the tears still come. I don't even know where we are on the track list. It doesn't matter. We could be near the end by now. I almost wish we were, because I want there to be some note of, in spite of how awful things are or have been, that it's, in one form or another, she's okay. Carry on and find out.
My name is Dallas Major, and I'm coming out to play, looking for someone to have fun with while my husband works away. I'm almost nearly 40, I'm just shy of 5'2". I'm a mum to teenage children. Does that sound like fun to you? 'Cause I hate it here. I hate it here. So I go by Dallas Major, but that's not really my name. You know, I used to be quite famous. That was way back in the day. Yes, I'm here for validation, and I probably should explain how my marriage has been open since my husband went astray. And I hate it here.
Okay. Alright, so this is similar to the oh god, what was the previous track? You know, the I've forgotten already, sorry, the previous track where she's talking about being more open. But now she's literally, you know, I'm gonna take an alias of, you know, Dallas Major, and I'm gonna go out and play, I'm gonna go and do this. Yeah. And the sort of sardonic, sarcastic almost tone of, like, as if you're filling out a bio, I guess, that, you know, saying, I'm, you know, literally giving the stats, I'm nearly 40, I'm just shy of 5'2", I'm a mum of teenage children. Does that sound like fun to you? Like, almost going, yeah, probably not, but whatever. I hate it here. Somebody distract me from this situation. I'm just gonna give in and go with the beat, because it is irresistible. Yep, kind of do too. And again, the production, love the sounds, love the beat. Just 5 stars all round, every track. Really, really unique and really fun. Fun, you know. But yeah, that's, yeah, interesting. Another interesting insight with the idea of going, well, okay, not necessarily if you can't beat them, join them, but just the idea of she needs something to validate herself, something to make her feel anything other than just miserable, you know, while he's away. So sort of almost a reluctant attempt to, you know, take on a persona and just, you know, through the apps presumably or whatever, you know, go out there and try to feel something because she hates it here. And yeah, ditto Lily. Production.
I feel embarrassed, I feel ashamed. You're so indifferent, and that's insane. Where's all your empathy for all my pain? My friend friends all tell me you are deranged. I wanna feel held, I wanna be told I'm special and I'm unusual. I want your desire, I wanna be spoiled, I wanna be told I'm beautiful. Why won't you beg, beg, beg for me? Why won't you beg for me? Oh, why won't you
Ooh,
beg?
I love the tone of her voice here.
Why won't you beg for me? Oh.
Okay. Yes. Back to this. Oh, it makes me feel so fucking sad for her, because back to this theme and this idea of, why are you so indifferent to me? Why can't you just care about how I just feel and acknowledge my feelings? And, you know, why won't you beg for me? Why won't you do the thing that you'd expect a loving partner to do, which is to be like, you know, beg for forgiveness, beg for just, you know, try, like, show a sign that you want. You know, again, sorry, back to that bridge of, like, you know, I want to feel held, told I'm special, I want to be desired, I want to be spoiled, I want you to just sort of care on some level about me beyond just having a wife who accommodates and allows you to do, you know, what you do. Yeah, again, back to the idea of actually having a genuinely loving and monogamous relationship where the person cares about you and wants you.
Where's all your empathy for all my pain?
Pretty fucking valid question.
My friends all tell me you are deranged. I wanna feel held, I wanna be told I'm special and I'm unusual. Why won't you beg, beg, beg for me?
God, this is such a bop.
Why won't you beg for me? Oh, why won't you beg for me? Why won't you beg for me? Oh.
There's been a few tracks that I think can be or will be earworms for me. This is definitely one of them.
Why won't you beg for me? Oh.
This is interesting as well. The effect that's put on this vocal, the distortion, say, if you want me to stay, I'll never leave you. Like, just ask me to. Just show me you actually want me here. And ideally, only me. Yeah, God, again, the production's great. That was a bop. That's one of the few ones where I felt like a genuine, I want to groove to this, but again, it's not fair to have such a satisfying sounding song, say that 5 times fast, whilst telling this story and having this horrible, sad, like, just this sense of desperation and this sense of, why won't you beg for, just that refrain of, why won't you beg for me?
I've become invisible, stuck here in my palace. I'm so fucking miserable in my rabbit hole, yeah, I'm Alice.
Good lyric, yeah.
I'm expected to be nice, picking up the pieces. What is it you sacrifice? I'm protecting you from your secrets. Don't tell the children the truth would be brutal. Your reputation's unstained. God knows how long you've been getting away with it. I've already let you in. All I can do is sing. So why should I let you win?
Yes, okay, yes. I like this a lot. First of all, really love it when I get her vocal with minimal effect on it and just fairly a simpler production when you have that guitar, and I know there's a beat there too, but it feels minimal, it feels a little bit more raw. I've already let you in. All I can do is sing, so why should I let you win? love that. I love that sentiment. I love that message of like going, why should I let you have the final word on this in any context? So what can I do about it? Well, I am a singer. I can write, I can record, I can produce, I can create something that exposes and expresses what's gone on. And that way you don't get to have the final word on this, and you don't get to have your reputation completely unblemished for no better reason than, it's good for you.
I will not absorb your shame. It's you who put me through this. I could tell myself you changed, do it all again, be deluded. Never get your sympathy. I don't think you're able, but I can walk out with my dignity if I lay my truth on the table. Already let you in, so why should I let you?
I do love that play on words as well.
You've taken everything.
A more of a hopeful feel to that, compared to the previous tracks. Still horrible in the still feeling her sadness and her just sort of resigned. This is what it is. This has happened, or is still technically happening, maybe. But having that confidence and that defiance and that sense of, I'm not going to continue to just let you play this role and have this story put out there about yourself, this image of you, because all I can do is sing, so why should I let you win? I like that we've got that hopeful and that taking something back for herself in that moment. Back to the beats. Like it. Okay.
You're just a little boy looking for his mommy. Things have gotten complicated. What with all the fame and money, playing with his toys. He just wants attention. It's not me, it's you. It's what you've always done. It's what you do.
I don't 100% know what the Fruityloop refers to, other than my first thought is that cereal that they have in America, but it doesn't really matter. The main point is that, here we go. We've got some confidence and defiance and a sense of, calling him out for who he is, what his behaviour, what his attitude reflects of being a little boy looking for a mummy, playing with his toys, wanting attention, and just, the basic tenet of, it's not me, it's you. At least saying now, like it was with the previous track, I'm, essentially calling out that I'm done with it. It's not me, it's you, so I need to remove you from this equation because I shouldn't have to keep feeling this way.
It is what it is. You're a mess. I'm a bitch. Wish I could fix all your shit. All your shit's yours to fix. 'Cause it's not me, it's you.
Love that line. Sorry, I do love that line of saying, I'm not here to fix you. That's for you to do. Don't make me your mum. Don't make me your therapist. Don't make me the whatever. Don't make me responsible for your actions because I'm not.
Nothing I could do. You're stuck inside your Fruity
Yeah, an appropriate fade out, basically. Okay. Well, it's been real. It's been fun. It hasn't been real fun. Yeah, Jesus. Okay. as I think is pretty evident through throughout this reaction, that this was hard. This was a hard listen at times. I mean, overall, just reiterate, love the album, love the production, love the whole tone, love the fact that the songs feel very unique and very specific, and yet there's an overriding theme. It's one of the things I like most about any given album, is when it is a piece, it is a thing as a whole, but the tracks do stand on their own and have their own uniqueness to them and their own unique style and message. Yeah, but that being said, again, uncomfortable because it's not a story I was remotely familiar with. It's not not something that I have any insight into at all. So I'll just reiterate, if I just take as read that what she's telling us is, the truth. This is how it was for them, for her. Again, it's only her perspective, but this is what their relationship was, and this is how things played out for her, and this is reflective of his behaviour. It's fucking horrible. I really feel for her. I hope that at least the message as we get towards the end of the album, obviously it's been structured in such a way that it is sort of telling the story of this part of their relationship and the gradual ending of it, that at least at this point now, at the end, as it's indicated at least by the last couple of tracks, that she has found some peace and comfort and regained a sense of self-respect and a sense of power that she lost, when she was in this. Again, the lyrics and the delivery as well, vocal delivery and the lyrics really lent so much weight. They told the story beautifully and devastatingly. Like, it was just sad. I felt uncomfortable. It just felt so brutal. It felt so just hopeless, at times. But by the end, thankfully, which I was hoping would be the case, there would at least be some hint, some indication of this, not redemption, that's not the word, but, there's some, a light at the end of the tunnel, there isn't an oncoming train. So, on that basis, on my limited knowledge of their situation, on my limited understanding of what's happened based on this work, I wish Lily all the best. I really hope that she's okay. Basically, I hope that she's happy in one form or another, either now or in the future. I only want what's best for her, because this was not a good time. This was not a pleasant experience. It's similar to how I felt towards the end of, for example, listening to Ethel Cain. It's a sad story. It's devastating, but the journey is worth taking because it's so well put together, and you admire the artistry and you admire the storytelling. So, brilliant album, genuinely brilliant, and I feel bad now that I've not really paid attention to or listened to Lily's work before now, so I think I probably should do that. Let me know, please, that's what the comment section's for. But, in spite of plenty of praise for the album, as a whole, just genuinely a great experience to listen to because of just how good the production was, how great the lyrics are, her performance on it, but it wasn't a good time. It's not the sort of thing that I would think I'd want to revisit. There's a couple of tracks that I think I could definitely listen to again because they were just so enjoyable, and a couple of other ones where they were that kind of sad where I just get lost in it. But yeah, as a piece, not really a story I want to relive. Like, watching a particularly sad film where you just feel kind of drained at the end, and you go, well, I'm glad I experienced that, but I don't think I'm going to rush to relive that. So yeah, there we go. Please do leave your thoughts and your feelings. Give me any insight that you might have as well about the story generally. Even if it's just saying, yeah, basically what she's told us here is accurate, or what have you. How you felt about the album broadly, overall. Did you have a similar feeling to it? Was it uncomfortable for you, or not? But mostly, just, engage with this. If you did like it, please do give it a like. Always appreciate the comments and appreciate the likes because it just lets me know that people are actually watching this and care and, are interested in watching me listen to stuff. And I guess just close out by saying, given when this is going to drop, we're very close to, or practically on, Crimbo, whether you celebrate it or not, I hope you have a lovely one. Hope it's pleasant. Hope you get a good break from whatever work you might do, or you just get to spend time with people that you love. People that you love who love you back. People who respect you, and people who make you feel wanted and make you feel good. I'll be doing that. Not to brag. But happy holidays, as they say. And goodbye forever.